Experts are warning that Australia's efforts to limit climate change are failing. The centrepiece of the federal government's policy is direct action, with a budget of $2.5 billion. Hundreds of landowners have been paid to stop land clearing, to capture methane from piggeries and reduce bushfires. But the money is running out and Australia has little to show for it. Serena Locke reports.
Pigs on this farm produce not only pork but power from waste.
The manure from these pigs goes through this grating into a pit underneath. The manure is then flushed from one end to the other, and from here the manure heads down in pipes down to the big dam where we capture the methane.
From here, the high pollutant gas is piped to a biogas generator, powering the property, with excess electricity being sold back to the grid.
We produce enough power to supply 350 houses with their electricity every year.
The other key player in the carbon offset market is controlled burns. Bushfires generate up to 4% of our emissions. Landholders and Indigenous groups are now collecting money for reducing those hot fires in savannah country by mosaic burnings in the cool first half of the year.
The second half of the year is a very, very hot burn, and it emits, you could say, tenfold the carbons into the ozone.
For debt-laden graziers, the carbon credits have been a windfall.
On a good year, you could make between 140,000 160,000 a year. It's huge.
But it's a smokescreen, according to climate policy experts.
For landholders, I think it's a really positive thing. It's not terribly useful, though, as a climate policy. The problem is that the Emissions Reduction Fund really only achieves 18 million tonnes emissions reductions every year. That's about 3% of Australia's total emissions, so it's barely making a dent.
But the Emissions Reduction Fund is almost spent.
They want solutions that are more long-term, and at least the nature of the ERF is enable the industry to get started. How it continues, that's a matter for politicians to work out.
The Turnbull government says its climate policy is under review and it won't be settled before the May budget. Serena Locke, ABC News.